Hey guys, Ben here and welcome back to another video on Batman. Today we're going to be talking about a new DCTV show that is coming. Plus also we have some other Batman news in regards to the DCEU, so if you do go on to enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like and a comment and subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future DCTV videos later this year. Okay guys, so we are doing a Batman video, and if you want to see any more Batman content like in regards to DCTV, so that being like the Penguin show that's coming out, Batman the Cape Crusader, or anything like that, let me know down in the comments below. Is that something you would like to see on my channel? But for now, let's go ahead and jump into today's main topic. This comes from Variety, and this is a report from an event where Batman Cape Crusader, the animated show that is set to be like the follow-up to Batman the Animated Series, screened a couple of bits and pieces as well as the score for the first time. And so this is a description of what the series is going to be like and what was seen at Annecy just earlier this week. So this will be our first main topic, and then we'll get into the rest of it as we go on throughout this video. But yeah, so Batman the Cape Crusader, let's just quickly briefly go over the history. It was in the works for a while and we'd heard about it. It was going to be developed at HBO Max, and so this was made by Bruce Timm, J.J. Abrams and Matt Reeves. And it's definitely among, fans' most anticipated animated shows from Warner Brothers in general. And so Batman the Cape Crusader was set to come out on HBO Max. Obviously they were in development, but then when the new regime at Warner Brothers Discovery came in, they actually scrapped the project. They cancelled it, and for a while we thought this wouldn't actually be a thing, but actually it turned out Warner Brothers was open to shopping it around, like they shopped around some of the other shows. Like we know Dead Boy Detectives has gone to Netflix, which was another DC show that has gone elsewhere, and this was another show that has gone elsewhere now because it's coming out on Amazon Prime Video. So this is obviously exciting for the future of DC. It doesn't mean it has to be solely on HBO Max, which is now Max, or the CW or anything like that. It can be on other networks. Also, there is a Superman animated show coming out on Adult Swim, so that's another show elsewhere. But let's go ahead and read through this description from Annecy. One of the most awaited Warner Brothers animation series. Given its creative pedigree, Bruce Timm, J.J. Abrams and Matt Reeves, and its declared ambitions. This is a quote that they give. It's everything that Bruce Timm wanted to do in the original series, the 1992 Batman the Animated Series, but because it ran on a kids channel, he wasn't able to do it. So this definitely skews older. It's more of his complete vision. Very early footage at Annecy, the very first to be seen, currently unlit, suggested the series will be ultra noir, with a series of character designs playing at Annecy at a pumping, full orchestra score that suggested a brooding tone and a sense of near psychotic in the character's psychology. So that is the description we got. Let's break it down. So first things first, they talk about how Batman the Animated Series wasn't able to go so dark because of the network that they were on, and so it just makes sense that if Bruce Timm was originally intending to go darker, with him having another Batman show under his wing after all of this time, like you guys have to remember it's 2023 right now and this came out back in 1992. It's been a long time, and so I guess this has just been something that was meant to happen, and now that Bruce Timm has the opportunity, he is not holding back. He's definitely going to make it darker, and it's described as ultra noir, which basically means it's going to be very dark, like visually, but also in terms of what goes on, like the content that you see from Batman and anyone else that is featured in Batman the Cape Crusader is going to go very dark, and they say it's going to skew older. That just means in terms of ratings, it's going to be more brutal, it's going to be darker, and basically it's not going to be for kids, because Batman the Animated Series was definitely much more tame than he originally intended it to be. And that doesn't take anything away from the show, because Batman the Animated Series is one of the best animated shows of all time, and so I can never take anything away from that. But I have to say, I am excited to see this new kind of vision that Bruce Timm has come up with, and I'm very happy that Amazon Prime Video and the people behind the scenes are letting him explore his complete vision more along the lines of what he would have liked to originally done back when he was doing Batman the Animated Series. And so apparently they debuted some of the series character designs, which is very cool. We've only got a poster right now in terms of the looks for Batman Cape Crusader. It looks very cool, the poster. You know, you have Batman, who looks very much so like Batman, the animated series version of Batman, looming over Gotham in the moonlight. It's an awesome poster that they released a while ago, and the orchestral score that they've got suggested a brooding tone and a sense of near psychotic in the character's psychology. So yeah, you can tell Batman is going to get dark and everything surrounding it is going to be brooding, and so I'm really liking what I'm seeing here. Let me know down in the comments below, are you excited for Batman the Cape Crusader? This one's definitely been a long time coming, and I would love to cover the show if you guys are interested. Again, tell me what type of Batman videos you want to see on my channel. Okay, so let's move on to talk about another topic. This is Batman related. We're going to stay within the realm of Batman, DCEU and everything as we continue with this video. Got some really interesting bits and pieces that I want to update you guys on that we haven't covered on the channel as of yet. And so James Gunn has taken to social media like he does a lot. You know, he's pretty active over there. And there's been lots of questions since the Flash film came out because a certain Batman appeared at the end of the film. Now, I'm not going to tell you who that specifically is. We've made videos in regards to that ending, so go check it out on the channel if you haven't already. But James Gunn confirms that Batman in Batman the Brave and the Bold, which was just announced recently, that it has found its director. We'll get into that in just a minute. But he confirms that Batman will be Bruce Wayne in that film, despite some speculation that it could have been like another Batman, could have been someone else who isn't Bruce Wayne, but it is Bruce Wayne, and the actor is not the actor shown at the end of The Flash. He says Batman will be Bruce Wayne and the actor isn't cast yet. So this is exactly what I was expecting. Like, I wasn't expecting him to go into the new DCU that he is trying to create with Peter Safran at DC Studios and take like a bunch of the old actors that we've had from the past. No, it's pretty clear that they want to take it in a brand new direction, and so it just makes sense if they're doing this Batman the Brave and the Bold film that they would cast someone new as Batman. You wouldn't have a failed Batman, which is the version of Batman we saw at the end of The Flash. And obviously it's a nostalgic scene, but it definitely doesn't tease that he's going to be huge in the future. And even though James Gunn has been very supportive of the old regime DCEU films that we're getting, like The Flash, which just released, he has said that a lot of this stuff is basically going to go away. So despite him saying that The Flash is supposed to be a film that's going to reset everything, I don't think it actually means it's going to reset and lead directly towards where James Gunn is going. So by showing a certain person at the end of the film, that doesn't mean that's the way that they're going to go with their Batman. No, I think they're going completely different, and as James Gunn confirms, it's someone new. Obviously, people have got their theories about who Batman could be in that Batman the Brave and the Bold film in the next couple of years. But let's quickly talk about Batman the Brave and the Bold, because it was announced the other day that they have found their director. Andy Muschietti, the director of the Flash film and the It series, will be directing Batman the Brave and the Bold. I've commented on live streams about my opinions on this. I have to say, this seems way more suited to Andy Muschietti, because if you look at The Flash and the characters that show up, it's very Batman orientated. You can tell that he clearly cares about Batman, and so I feel like Andy Muschietti is going to do a good job with this Batman the Brave and the Bold, although there is a lot going into this because you've had such a good Batman film, that being Robert Pattinson's film with Matt Reeves just a couple years before. Also, we get in the Batman 2, we have the Penguin show. Like, those are of a different standard. They are insanely good. And so Andy Muschietti is going to have to live up to this, but also take Batman in a new direction with the Brave and the Bold. Obviously, this is a comic book storyline from the comics, so I wonder if they're going to kind of stick to what Grant Morrison did in the comics. I trust Andy in the way that he is going to try and take Batman. I think, like I said before, this is going to be more suited to him because he's clearly a Batman fan. But as of right now, yeah, I think it's a decent choice. I know that they could have picked someone else if they wanted to, but I guess James Gunn feels like Andy Muschietti could be the one to develop this new Batman for the DCU. But for now, let's move on. We got a couple of other updates over the last week or so, and these are all in regards to the DCU, so stick around. So this is going to be kind of like a quick fire news section of this video. And so James Gunn said he was blown away by the auditions for Superman Legacy the past weekend. Now, this Superman Legacy film is obviously the film that's going to start off this new DCU. It's going to be directed by Gunn himself. He's written the film as well before the strike. And so that's how he's able to go ahead with the casting. And so he's been holding casting auditions over the last couple of weeks or so. And so, yeah, that's what he's teasing. He's teasing that he's been blown away with the Superman Legacy auditions. There's been speculation as to who will appear in that Superman role. Obviously, there's a lot of famous actors that have been touted, but honestly, I really hope they go with someone who isn't ultra famous, and I feel like they're going to make a sensible decision. I think Robert Pattinson is just like the perfect example. It's like a lot of people doubted the choice of casting Robert Pattinson as Batman, but if you've seen his other films, you know how much of a great actor he is and how he would be the perfect Batman and Bruce Wayne, and it turned out to be true. And so I think James Gunn is going to be taking a similar approach to this. He's not going to go with like the biggest actor like a Jake Gyllenhaal or like a Ryan Gosling, but he's going to find someone else that is of the right age and the right look that he's going for, and I think he's going to find the perfect Superman. So he's saying that he is close to choosing the actor who will be the next Superman and the Superman of the DCU. Also, James Gunn has confirmed that he's going to be working on Peacemaker Season 2 after Superman Legacy is done. I don't know if that means he's going to shoot Superman Legacy, and then once it's finished shooting and the post-production's done, that's when he's going to start the screenplay. Or is the screenplay ready and he will just shoot it back to back, like he's going to shoot Peacemaker right after Superman Legacy finishes? That hasn't been clarified as of right now, but obviously you can look forward to Peacemaker Season 2. I personally love Peacemaker, so it was a great show, and I really can't wait to see what the future holds for Peacemaker, obviously in this new direction that they're heading. Also, there was some news from James Gunn confirming that Superman Legacy will be the first DCU movie. We all knew that since they did the announcement, because that's what came first, along with, you know, the other TV shows like Creature Commandos and Waller. But also he confirmed, and this was kind of big news, but it's been spread around for quite a while, and that is the fact that Blue Beetle is the first DCU character that we're going to see in that new DCU that they're creating. Obviously, Blue Beetle was in development before James Gunn came in, but I believe he came in at the perfect point, and so they've been able to at least steer it at least somewhat in the direction that they were thinking of going for. So that's exciting for all of us Blue Beetle fans. I'm really looking forward to the film. I think it's going to be an awesome film. I love the trailer already. And so, yeah, there's lots to look forward to in regards to Blue Beetle's future in the DCU. Another piece of information is that James Gunn has said that if Lex Luthor is going to be introduced in the DCU, maybe in Superman Legacy, he will be a grounded and real version of the character. He's probably going to be more along the lines of what Superman Lois has been going for with Lex Luthor, which actually just debuted last night, which was just insane. Like, the DCU definitely has a lot to live up to. Obviously, the version of Lex Luthor who we saw in Batman vs Superman, not everyone's favorite, not my favorite, so don't have too much to uphold to in regards to films. But in terms of TV, you have John Cryer and you have the new Superman Lois, Lex Luthor. But let's talk about one more piece of information, and this is a rumor. Jensen Ackles from Supernatural and The Boys has addressed the rumors out there about him starring as Batman in Batman the Brave and the Bold. I believe Jensen was supposed to be a Batman in Gotham Knights, but that never turned out to be true because they just didn't work out the schedules. And so naturally people have been theorizing about him being Batman in Batman the Brave and the Bold, and so he obviously would like to appear as the character, of course, but nothing has been confirmed as of right now. And so the last piece of information that I have to go over is that once James Gunn is close to picking Superman, he's going to show the footage of the auditions to the head of Warner Brothers, that being David Zaslav. And so once David has seen it and I guess slightly approved, obviously they trust the decisions that DC Studios is making, everything will go ahead and move forward, because there is a deadline in regards to trying to get this film out and ready to be the first DCU film of the James Gunn era. But that pretty much does it for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Obviously, the end of the video has been a big news roundup in terms of the DCU. Hopefully you enjoyed this format. Obviously it's not something that I do regularly, so if you enjoyed it, please be sure to leave a like and a comment. It really helps out the channel. Also subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of my videos. We're uploading daily right now, so stay active and stay tuned for a wide range of content. And so for now, you can click on the top right corner of the screen to watch my latest video, and I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.
I see red.